Welcome to Opreas Open Mic, episode number 2,
Number 2, baby. Let's go.
Welcome back to all you guys. If you haven't listened to the first one, go listen to the first one. This one, we are going to talk about something that you guys asked me 5 million times about, and it's how and why did I lean down? A lot of people didn't love it. It was very criticized. I didn't do it for anyone else but myself, and you guys...
She didn't do it for me.
I did not.
I liked you before. I like you now.
Yeah, but I'm super happy.
Let's be very clear. I did not ask you to do this.
No, he didn't. It was basically, I would call it my comeback journey. And I also wanted to see, can I do it coming through, going through perimenopause? Can I actually lean down? Because you hear all these horror stories. You can't do it. You can't do it. It's so hard. It's possible. That's what I'm saying. Is it easy? No.
And be very clear. This is something to take from this information Erin's going to pop through today. At any age, right? A lot of it is kind of universal, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, it's consistency.
Yeah.
The key is consistency. If you don't lose weight 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, it doesn't mean you give up. And that's what you see and hear all the time. And also, I'm sharing my journey. I'm not sharing a journey for you to necessarily do. Maybe there's things out of it you can pick out of it, maybe do parts of it to help you. But this is my journey that you guys asked me about, and I'm going to share it because
it's Opreas Open Mic.
Open
and
mic,
that's what
baby.
we do here, man. So I don't get to talk much today. I'm the moderator.
All right, here you go. Let's ask some questions.
Do you like that?
Yeah, Sean's quiet. It's kind of nice for a change. All right, Sean asked me. So he's got questions that you guys have asked.
So yeah, and thank you for submitting your questions. I'll pop through a few. There's a few in here that I wanted to ask myself, as always. But we're going to start off from Laura McCrory, and thank you again. Why did you decide to lean down?
All right, that's a very popular question. So there's actually 2 reasons. I wanted to see, can I actually do it going through perimenopause? Can I get back to where I was in 2015? That's when I actually felt my best. Could I do it? After all my knee surgeries.
There's a lot of knee surgeries.
Yes, I've had 4 knee surgeries.
That was literally the most I've ever seen you sit on your butt, right?
I had the best scooter
You
ever.
had a scooter. There was some high class butt sitting from this girl.
My scooter was a four-wheel scooter that went 17 miles an hour. It was awesome. But so one reason to see if I could do it, going through perimenopause, could I get back? I was told I could never run again. But this was the real kicker. My son Hunter wanted to run his first half marathon. And I was like, he asked, you want to do it? And I said, I can't run. Doctor told me I couldn't run. This was after my 4th ACL, broken kneecap.
Doctor.
Right? My broken kneecap.
Yeah.
I had 2 pins put in.
Oh, my goodness.
And he said...
The pins aren't gone.
No, they're still in.
The screws are still there.
Yeah, forever.
Kneecap split.
But so Hunter asked me to run. And I was like, I can't run. And then I was like, wait. I got off the phone and I was like, I just said I can't run. I was like, that's lame. Let's try. So that day I went, I think it was that day. It might have been the next. No, I think it was that day. I went and got on the treadmill. I was like, well, if I can run 3/4 of a mile, I'm good.
You did. You really, it was incremental, right?
Yeah.
It's like, I can do this. I can do that. I can do that.
Yeah. And so I did it. And I can't even tell you how ecstatic I was. I was so happy.
It's fun seeing you hit your milestones.
Yeah. And so I did it. And then the next day, I was like, I couldn't run the next day because I was like, I have to pace it out. I was so excited. And then it's like, well, if I could hit 7 miles, that means I can run the half. That was my line. If I could hit 7, then I could do half a marathon.
Early on, right? Like, yeah, that was like, okay, if I can at least get to this small number, I can get this bigger number.
Right. So once I hit 7 miles, I was like, I can run a half marathon.
Set goals, right? Let's go.
There you go. Small goals and just stay consistent. Was it always easy? No, but I was so excited to run because I had done 0 cardio.
I mean, that was
for a year.
Yeah.
It was basically almost a year because I had torn my ACL when I was 35. I tore it again at 36. And then I tore it again at 42. I don't know. I tore it in 21 on a photo shoot with Brittany Kelly on the beach.
Accident.
Terrible.
Oh my God, I can still remember the noise.
It was so loud. And then I tore it like 8 weeks later and broke my kneecap. And that was in October of 21.
Let's be very clear. Like, of all 4 of those that you tore, 1 was kind of your fault, right? Like you went back to soccer a little quick. Like you were allowed to go back to soccer, but everything else was fluke.
Mm-hmm. Luck of the draw, baby. But I'm back.
I wouldn't call it your fault either. That was a little,
Way
excessive.
to blame me. That's what you get, Erin, for wanting to play.
Why do you want to play sports here?
All right, so next question. So those are my motivation. My son was the biggest one, and also I love challenges. I like to challenge myself, and it was a game for me.
Why did you want to lean down? That challenge.
Go.
There you go.
That was a challenge.
Okay. So Steph Michelle wants to know, and along with some other people that asked, and thank you for your questions, how long did it take?
It took me basically 5 months and 1 week. I hit my goal in November. I started in June.
5 months and 1 week.
5 months, 1 week. November, I hit my goal.
I thought it took longer than that.
No, I just maintain now. It goes like this, little bits here and there. You fluctuate 5 pounds, whatever. I don't really weigh. It just, you can feel it in your clothes. And I'm like, it's okay, because I still enjoy all the goodies. At this point, it's just about maintenance. And that's where I'm at right now.
So you do eat bad sometimes?
Yes, it's all about portion control. Now, when I was going through the lean down, I did a lot less of the eating bad than I do now. And I did it in small portions. Actually, a question that I get a lot is, how did you go out to eat when you were trying to lean out?
Yeah, people are asking.
And the main thing for me is you drink a protein shake before you go out to eat. So when you're out to eat, you can still enjoy the goodies, but you don't need to overindulge.
And that's a philosophy you've lived by
all the time.
Yeah. That's
works.
in your book, The 4x4 Diet, right? This is something you wrote about.
So I still eat the same way as my book. The biggest thing I did, do you know what I did? The biggest thing, would you say?
I would say so, yes.
Portions?
I would say portions, but also you reduced your carbs a bit, I believe.
That's what it said, portions, yeah. I basically cut them in half.
Oh.
I still ate them, yeah. I basically cut my carbs in half. I still ate them the same times that I would normally eat them. I never do starches at night. I do veggie carbs at night, like veggies as in like broccoli and all that kind of stuff.
Cut back her carbs and added that same amount in chicken wings. I don't know what your obsession with chicken wings
That's
right now.
after the lean down. That wasn't when I was going through that. So here's what I did.
I'm going to out you. In this open mic, it's really about open.
You can out me. I love 1230 Club. 1230 Club chicken wings are my go-to right now.
Buffalo Wild Wings all day. I like the ones. You're right. They're good.
Okay, they're not getting their questions though right now. We're talking about wings. We're not helping them. All right. So the lean down. I was like, where are we at?
How long did it take you?
5 months. I already answered that.
Okay. All right. So as Shaughnessy asks, is leaning down really 80 to 90% food? And we were kind of heading that direction.
I would say the biggest portion is your nutrition. But, okay, here we go. So this is what I did. I didn't do any cardio. So when I added the cardio in, I was doing distance running. Once I got past the hump of like the beginning of my comeback running, I was doing about 6 to 10 miles a day, 5 days a week. But I was also still doing 6 days of weights. And I would take 1 day off a week. On average, 1 day off a week. And the running really helped me lean down. Nutrition plays a big role. And people will say, well, you're going to lose all your muscle mass. But basically for a year, I didn't think of it like a bulking phase, but that's basically what I did because I didn't do any cardio. I just lifted weights. So I kind of feel like I kind of did I don't really do those.
I don't be very clear because you said that really quickly, but like she had a knee locked out. Right? A leg locked out. And you did not stop lifting weights.
No, I lifted weights pretty much every day.
There's a lot of your body that you can use. You were on crutches. Sometimes you're on the scooter a lot. You were moving around. You still took the dogs on runs on the scooter, but you also lifted weights. There's a lot of your body that still worked. And that you've had that philosophy forever too, right?
Right. Like, I said 3/4 of my body was still good, so I used it. So I did. When I was down, I did 6 days of weights. And then on my comeback and my lean down, I introduced the cardio back in and I upped it pretty quick. But the answer is don't do too much too soon because that's how you get injured. So you've got to do it slowly. I did it slowly. And once I hit a point, then it was go time. So then I was doing five days of cardio, 6 to 10 miles a day. And that was a big help. The science will tell you different, that you should do intervals and you should do HIIT.
Yeah, a lot of people asking, what were you doing?
I don't do HIIT. I mean, I'll add.
You don't have a problem with HIIT?
No, I don't have a problem mixing HIIT in, but I like strength training and then I'll mix in like sets of like Tabata, jumping lunges and stuff like that, mix it in. But I don't really do all HIIT days. Right now I'm doing sprints, but when I was leaning down, I wasn't doing sprints. Now I've been working on more speed work. Once I hit my goal, I cut my running back to shorter, faster runs.
Yeah, today you got really pumped. She was out running with Shaq, our Belgian Mountain Wall, doing sprints in the park.
We did
right?
sprints. Yeah, we did sprints. He was dying. He was like a full leash behind me. I was
was
like,
out
come
running
on,
our
buddy,
dog.
you got it. Pouring down rain.
He's been absolutely tired today.
Yeah.
Tired dogs are good dogs. Well
Oh,
done.
yeah, baby.
Well done, girl.
Oh, we love Shacky being tired.
Yeah, no, Shacky with energy is not.
We need Shacky tired.
Well done. This episode of Opreas Open Mic is brought to you by Happy Eggs.
Oh, yeah. Happy eggs.
And if you know Erin,
Happy Erin.
She loves her eggs.
Eggs. Not only me, guess who else loves the eggs? Kobe.
Oh,
He's been
shoot.
getting a ton of them because, some of them I eat 2 or 3 whole eggs, and then I eat a ton of egg whites, and he gets all the yolks of the ones that I don't eat.
All right. So we always have egg yolks sitting around, but these egg yolks are different.
They are different. They're like a sunrise. I put them side by side on Instagram video, the color and the taste difference is night and day. And guess what else? They have 10 times. 10 times what?
10 times the amount of room to roam on their farms. This is not a traditional free-range hen operation.
But yeah, they are really freaking amazing. So you guys can make so many yummy things on there.
And let me tell you, you're looking for like an organic and a free-range set of eggs at your local grocery store. These are absolutely reasonably priced. You compare these to other free-range eggs, it is much cheaper than those. I'm telling you, it's worth it based on price, the feeling of happy eggs and happy hens, and you're going to get the health benefits as well.
There you go. Happy eggs it is for the win, baby.
Thank you, Happy Eggs. Happy us. Happy Opreas Open Mic.
Ooh, ooh.
So go to ask, could you do it without cardio? Could you lean down without cardio?
You can lean down without cardio. You can do weight training if your nutrition is in check. Like, you have to in order to lean down, nutrition has to be locked in. And everybody's nutrition's different, what works for their body.
Okay, but give us a couple key ingredients that everybody can probably follow.
So I don't like to do starches at night. That is my go-to forever. That is your energy source. I like to eat them early in the day, burn them. Make sure you're intaking enough protein in order to put on the muscle. You've got to intake enough protein.
But I want to go back to no starches at night. So what kind of meal does that make your dinner?
My go-to dinner every night is it's kind of changed a little bit lately, but it's ground turkey, the sweet kale mix. I don't use the stuff that comes in the sweet kale mix. I use a Panera Bread poppy seed dressing, walnuts, and then sometimes I'll throw the sugar-free cranberries. I haven't done that in a while, but those are good too. And that's my go-to pretty much. We always have the turkey prepped, so I just microwave it because we're lazy.
I mean, some people would say that a salad has carbs in it, like the carbs from the vegetables.
Yeah,
And
non-starchy carbs.
Non-starchy carbs.
So that is, the veggies are the non-starchy carbs, and that's what I eat
What
at
would
night.
people be adding to their salad? They might think they're fine because they're eating a salad, but might go against your no starchy carbs in the evening.
If you add quinoa, you add rice. Like if you go get a salad bowl
Like
that
a
has
rice
rice,
bowl, like a poke bowl or something like that.
all those are your carbs.
Okay.
Now, if you want to do like a quinoa bowl, that's a great lunch.
What if I put tortilla strips and croutons in my salad?
I mean, that's not the best choice. If you do it occasionally or you add like 1 or 2, whatever. Okay. The world doesn't end.
Okay. And for all those asking, when you cook your turkey at night, do you season it?
I get that all the time. I do not season.
No, she does not season it.
I do not season because you're going to put salad dressing on it. You don't need it,
Now,
but you can
take
season it.
Take a deep breath. It gets seasoned. It gets seasoned. But we make a big batch of turkey.
And then you can do whatever you want with it.
And then it gets seasoned at a later time.
There you go. There you go. But here, actually, I'll tell you exactly what I eat, what I was eating to lean down every day. So I would eat, remember, this was my cutback. Like I used to eat close to 3,000 calories a day. I went down to about 2,100. So my morning was, first I start with water. I go to my Athletic Greens. I have my coffee, half a protein bar with my collagen in it, almond milk creamer right now, and cinnamon. And then my breakfast is oatmeal, a crock-pot steel-cut oatmeal, 1 serving. So read the label for your serving. And then I do 6 fried egg whites, berries, and cinnamon. And you can add, if you want to add a little touch of sweetener, you can. And then my snack is a protein shake while I'm training, which I like chocolate protein powder, PB2, water because it's easy in the car. You
What's
just throw the
PB2
water.
real quick?
Powdered peanut butter.
Powdered peanut butter.
And then
Why powdered peanut butter?
because it's easy, it's way less calories.
Okay. So it gets the flavor.
It gets the flavor. It feels like
Just
a Reese's.
without the oils, right?
It's really good.
Like the oils
really
are basically removed from the peanut butter.
Yes.
Of sorts.
Dried. It's just dry powder. And then dinner or lunch for me is a cut the carb sheet. I eat about 3/4 of the sheet, 2 whole eggs, 4 egg whites, and then my guilty pleasure is a slice of pepper jack cheese that I love on there.
I do like some pepper jack cheese in this house.
Yes.
I get really disappointed when like American or cheddar ends up in this house.
I was like, why is
Pepper
that
jack all day.
all day?
All day, baby. Hit
All
it up.
day, baby.
All day, baby.
So that's lunch. And then snack time, we have a hummus that we really love, which is the
honey
jalapeno.
hummus.
The honey hummus.
Honey jalapeno hummus.
Honey jalapeno hummus.
Only find it at Publix. I've tried
Yeah.
it elsewhere. I don't know.
It's
If you don't have a Publix in your area, I'm sorry.
I don't know.
Hope
But
you can
it
find
is
it.
so good. And then Sean would always cut up veggies for us and he'd have them set out, veggies and some fruit, kind of whatever he has.
It goes in phases. Right now, I have fruit sit out. Like blackberries are in season. Oh,
He got some at the farmer's market. So good. And then dinner is my salad, like I just said, that sweet kale salad. And then snack, because I do get hungry, I'll actually a lot of times warp a bowl of ground turkey and put coconut aminos on there.
it's not something I do.
It's so good. It's another whole serving of protein. And then my dessert, you know those the Sanders chocolate caramel that you buy at Costco?
Mm-hmm.
They're square like this.
I mean,
And I eat one bite. And
one bite. Like she makes that last like 3 nights.
yeah, each square lasts me 3 days. One bite, and then I put it back in there, and I go back and I finish
I
it.
eat the whole thing. I mean,
whole thing, 2, 3, 4,
but that's
5.
a dedication, right? So like you're talking about leaning down. You're talking about the consistency. That's part of it. You take one bite of a chocolate and put it back in the container. That's legitimate.
My mind is very strong. So when I decide this is what I want to do, I'm going to do it. And then you guys are going to ask, did you drink during your lean down?
Yeah.
I did. But I did. My normal is like 2, maybe 3 drinks a week. Like,
a week, legitimately. Like you're not going to drink until usually Saturday, and then you'll have one, maybe 2 that evening.
But when I was
she's
leaning,
a cheap drunk. She is a cheap drunk. Actually, it got even cheaper because she used to drink really expensive tequila, and you still like it, but you kind of switched to vodka,
right now, just this summer, I started doing a little vodka.
So much cheaper.
Only if they have freshly squeezed grapefruit. If they don't have freshly squeezed grapefruit,
have you ever gone with your significant other and they're staring at the bartender and you know what they're about to ask, right? And it's like you don't just ask something normal, Erin. And she'll be like, "Do you have freshly squeezed?"
I think that's a normal question.
Grapefruit juice.
Okay,
No.
judgmental.
No. Yes, it is judgmental. There's like 2 bars. You know what I mean? Like in a 30-mile radius, that freshly
So
squeezes
if they have
grapefruit
that,
juice.
I want my vodka on the rocks and then a side of freshly squeezed grapefruit so I can put it on myself because I just like a tiny
bar
bit.
tab.
But so during the lean down, I did drink, but I really stuck to, at that point, I was only doing maybe 1 tequila a week with no mixer in it. And no, I don't shoot it. I have it on the rocks with this lemon and a lime and I sip it. And if you're not eating as heavy a carbs too, guess what? It doesn't take much. 1 drink, I'm like, ooh, my lips are numb.
That's
It's so true.
Yes, it is. And unfortunately, her lips being numb does not mean I'm about to get lucky.
No. It does not. Has nothing
to do with it, which is unfortunate. I wish there were tells. There is a tell. We're going to bed.
We're going to bed.
We're going to sleep.
I mean,
and nothing's going to happen.
6-month window, maybe. Next question.
You talked pretty much only about running. Do you think that it could happen with other types of cardio if people aren't runners, quote unquote, I'm not a runner, or that they would rather do something, some other cardio that they enjoy?
Yes, it can absolutely happen. Spin for me, everybody's body is different to how their body takes to exercise. For me, spin, my legs bulk. I don't spin because I like the longer, leaner cut look as opposed to the bulkier look. And I'm not saying it's going to bulk for everybody, but that's my personal body. I like to do weight training and then do the running to help lean down. Because you can still keep your muscle mass. It might be harder to put a ton of muscle mass on if you haven't already had the muscle mass. So like if you're trying to build and trying to lean at the same time, that's a little bit harder than the situation I was in because I had already built, and then it was leaning down time. Also, another thing that I forgot to say is creatine. That was something I was doing before I decided to lean down. I was taking creatine for 3 months. It was something I wanted to try because you hear everybody talk about, oh, creatine is great for women going through perimenopause. And I was like, oh, okay, let's just try this out. And my PT guy, he's a big bodybuilder. He's the first
Kenny,
one.
shout out
Kenny's
Kenny.
the best, man. I still go to PT years after my surgery.
I hope she talks about me as much as Kenny. I hope you talk about Kenny. I hope you talk about me to Kenny as much as you talk to me about Kenny.
You're not that special.
I don't think I am.
You're not. Not today. Kenny's so awesome. We talk about the boys more than you, the kids.
One day, Kenny, I might even meet you.
But no, so I took it and I was just getting puffy. And I was like, why do I just keep getting puffier? So then he's like, well, try this one because he's a big bodybuilder. He's like, try this one. And it just, my body did not react well to it. Some people swear by it.
Yeah, we've seen
all different results.
Yeah, like lots of different results.
So I cut that out. That was another thing I did for my lean downs. I cut out the creatine. But yes, I think that
That's
you have to
designed to help maintain muscle mass when you get older.
Yep. I think that cardio-wise, you have to find something you love. If I say go run every day because running helps you lean down, but you hate running and you're not going to run, then it's not the right cardio for you. That's the one that I find is the most effective for me, but everybody has to find one something that gives you joy. You should not be miserable every day. That's not what fitness is about.
Yeah, you got to find something that's fun.
So
yeah, whether or not you use the Pretty Muscles app that Erin has, right, where she teaches the exercises and everything step by step, whether you get a workout partner and you guys always meet up every day, or whether you go swimming, whatever makes you happy doing it.
But the strength training is super important. You have to do weights. Please do your weight training. So on my Pretty Muscles app, that is the style of training I do for myself. And what I ask for you is to use challenging weight. If you're staying with 3s and 5s, it isn't going to cut it. You've got to go up in weights. Like when I do bicep curls, I do 30 pounds in each hand, 15 reps. Go up, baby. You can do it. You just got to want to. And you're not always going to be motivated. No one's ever going to be motivated all the time. That's when the discipline has to kick in. You guys can do it. Your mind. If you want it bad enough, you can do it. Or you'll find an excuse. Next question.
All right. So getting kind of widening the net as far as leaning down. We had a lot of people talk about perimenopause. You brought that up quite a bit. Leaning down prior to menopause, like younger, leaning down during perimenopause. And then somebody else asked about leaning down post-menopause. Do you have something that everybody could use? Do you have something for each individual section of, say, a woman's life as they get older?
Yes.
Okay, so start with something that everybody could use.
Everybody can use is do your weight training. Intake enough protein. So you can
why get stronger? Why build muscle?
Because the more muscles you have, the more calories you burn at rest. And the older you get, you start losing your muscle mass.
So you're talking about like big, buffy, swole?
No, I'm talking about lifting weights like my Pretty Muscles. I mean, that's how I lift.
Yeah.
I stay higher reps, but I still use heavier weights. I stay in
and
the
you can
15.
see how lean she is, and she does lift big weights. She does.
I do.
So your women will not build muscle the same as men.
Some people build different than others. Obviously, there's people that can get bulkier. CrossFit, I see CrossFit bulks. It's a different style of training than mine. Mine is more of a longer, leaner, higher rep with heavier weight. So.
Yeah, well, you're trying to increase get different.
But a lot of people think if you're doing 15 reps, that means you stay in the 5-pound range. Absolutely not. You got to go heavier. What was that? What else was in that question?
Yeah, no, I'll get to it. So what would be the difference between somebody, say, leaning down prior to menopause versus after menopause? What would you say? Maybe one thing, if you could. Or not. There's nothing at all?
One thing different. It's just easier. I mean, it's easier. As you start hitting perimenopause through menopause, it gets harder. There is no ifs, ands, buts about it. It doesn't make it impossible. It is harder.
Okay.
And you have to be consistent.
Do you think it's an automatic that once you hit the menopause section of your life, that you're going to gain weight?
No, nothing's automatic. Everything's a choice.
So what choices do they have?
But also, you have to get, like, a question I saw is, do you take any hormones? I don't take anything yet. Am I saying that I'm going to have to take them or not going to ever have to take them? No, because there is a time for that. I haven't had to do it yet. and I'm open to it when it's time. I will have everything tested, and I will do it when it's time. I think that you need to talk to your doctor, make sure your hormones are right, because it is really hard if your hormones are all out of balance to lose weight. It is hard. That still doesn't make it impossible. Talking about PCOS, people say they can't lose weight with PCOS. You can. I've seen it happen. If you even read about PCOS, so much of it is your nutrition.
So you could kind of boil it down to doing nutrition first, get that under control?
Yeah, and just start walking. Okay. Nutrition and start walking. Everything is your body. Think of your body as a car, right? You put bad gasoline in your car and it's going to run. It will work. And eventually it's going to start breaking down. It's the same thing with your body. Food is your fuel. If you continually put bad stuff in your body, it's going to keep running. But over time, it's going to start breaking down. So you've got to fuel your body properly. I'm not saying don't ever cheat. I'm saying cheat in small portions. When you go out to eat, don't eat 6 pieces of pizza. I did do that one night. But on normal, don't eat 6 pieces of pizza. Have a piece and call it good. Then balance it with a salad. Now, not all salads are necessarily healthy either. You got to make good choices.
Yeah, if I put too much cheese on it and you put
load
the
it full of
croutons
cheese
and you
and
overdo
ranch
the dressing or bad dressing.
and bacon and all the other stuff, it's going to...
Yeah. All right. Well, what about what you were saying earlier? Because I thought this was always one of your best pieces of advice. Eating before you go out. You said you drink a protein shake before you go out to eat?
Yeah.
Why?
Game changer. So I'm not starving. If you're starving, you're going to look at that menu and you're going to want everything. And your self-control goes so low. So as long as I'm not starving, I have a lot more self-control. I'll eat little bits.
It's like
but
going to the grocery hungry, right?
Yeah. I have a lot more control if I'm not hungry. I don't like to let myself get hungry. I do not like to be. Nobody wants to be around me hungry. No. That's probably more the.
No, if I could tell you some of the fights we've had just because you were hungry. The worst one, we were grocery shopping together. All right. We had probably 2 carts. If it was 1 cart, it was mounded full of stuff, right? We'd been in there for way too long. We were getting everything for the week. We get to the checkout line. We're like 3 back. And everybody's got big carts. And she's hungry. And legitimately, she was pissed off to the point where she's like, I'm leaving this cart. We're going to just abandon the cart and go home and eat. I'm like, what? No, what? What? Who does that? Oh, you were so mad.
We did.
We didn't abandon the cart. We bought our groceries and then you went home. I mean,
no,
barely.
I ate the stuff
in the car. You were probably,
home.
Eating on the way
car
home.
Is there any more questions?
We are about out of time, actually.
Dang, I could talk all day long about nutrition.
But, okay, so a big thing was nutrition.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, lifting weights. Let's leave everybody with where can they get some great knowledge about good nutrition?
So my book, The 4x4 Diet, is actually exactly how I eat every single day. So I share with you guys my journey. I want you to take pieces out of this or use it as your inspiration to not give up and know that you're worth feeling amazing. Know that it's not going to be easy if you want it. You might not want to be lean like me, but you can be the best version of yourself if you decide you're ready to do it. If not, you're going to find every excuse in the book. So use this as your inspiration to say, wow, I can do this too. I can do it if I want it. Otherwise, you'll find an excuse. I'm here to help you every step of the way. So you guys bring on the questions about nutrition, fitness, all the fun stuff.
Hey,
house design, whatever you want to say.
And if you have any questions about today's discussions, you can DM Erin on her Instagram.
Put them in the
Oprea.
comments.
You can put it in the comments and discuss it with the other people watching this video. You can also find more information about Erin's book or her app, Pretty Muscles, on your profile page on Instagram, Erin
Absolutely.
Oprea.
But yeah, put everything in the questions below so we can, or in the comments below so we can answer questions. Because literally, I want to help all you guys feel your best. Not be my size, not be me. I want to help you feel your best. Be the best version of you. Let's go, baby.
Let's go, baby. Be the best version of you.
Hey, thanks for tuning in. I can't wait to hear what we're going to do next week.
Yeah, we'll get another episode of the Opreas Open Mic. We got this, baby.
Yeah. Hey, make sure you guys give us some ideas of what you want to hear about.
Nice job. Good night, everybody.